is my really short life update for spring and summer 2021. So yesterday I moved into my first apartment. I'm just going to be staying here for June and July of this year while I do an online internship and take a class on campus. My stepdad said that I should write down what I'm doing and look back on it or something, but I feel like for me, since freshman year of high school, this channel's become something that I can look back on and see where I am in certain points in my life. And especially now that nobody actually watches it, I can just store my stuff on here. It's really funny, when I was younger, I really wanted to be a famous YouTuber or something, and as I've gotten older, I've actually gotten way more shy, and I would not want that. Now I would not want to be I'm just too socially awkward for that. But yeah, I think the last time I put a video on here, I was doing really well. It was right after my first semester of sophomore year at Notre Dame. My second semester definitely did not go as well. I had a lot of mental health things go on, and even stuff that became physical health things that just I never really figured out what was going on, but it kind of resolved itself for whatever reason. I even had to go to the hospital both for migraines and just for feeling really overwhelmed with schoolwork and stuff. So yeah, so I dropped from a design major BFA to a design major BA, though, which is half the amount of credits, and it's still a degree and everything. If that makes any sense. Just because I figured out this past semester that I really don't like design and stuff, especially because the teachers at Notre Dame, I don't feel at least especially the one I had for one particular class this semester, they just don't teach it really well. And I think that contributed a lot to my stress and stuff. So instead, I'm still doing a film and television major and a smaller version of a design major, and then I'm doing the journalism minor still, which I really wish there was a journalism major, because I the best thing I feel to come out of this semester, I took one of these journalism classes for the journalism minor, and we had to write for the school newspaper as part of the class. So then I started writing for the school newspaper, and I've really liked it, and by the end of this semester, I was writing probably 1 to 2 articles each week, which was taking up a lot of my time, but it's something I really enjoyed. So I feel that's definitely somewhere I could see myself doing a career. So this summer, though, while I'm in this apartment, I'm going to be doing an internship online with the LA Times. This internship is going to be a design internship, which I'm a little bit I don't know how I feel about that quite yet. I haven't started it. I'll start tomorrow. But hopefully, I looked last year, and the last person to do design with LA Times, they also got to write some. So I'd be totally happy even if I got to just write one thing. And I'm excited to I guess do design stuff in a different context than with school, because it's probably better than the program they have here at school. I feel this school is the school where I go is focused a lot on math and science type things. So those programs are really good, but I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna put a video of just some stuff in the apartment in here too, just so I can look back on that as well. And maybe I might end up making more videos as I go through this experience, because I only know I think one person that's also going to be on campus this summer. My boyfriend, who is definitely the person I'm closest to at school, he's in Texas right now doing an internship, so he's going to be there most of the summer. I might go visit down there, but I don't know. I want to, but I'll just have to like figure out when. He just got there yesterday as well. Yeah, I think the hardest parts about this semester were just like internal like mental health things that I couldn't really figure out what were wrong. But what I feel like was also hard is I still don't feel like I'm as connected with people here as I was with my friends in high school. I feel like with my friends in college, which I do kind of have a few, I feel like they either have a lot of other friends that they hang out with more often, or I kind of have to like kind of like rein in my personality and make sure that I'm like doing and saying the right thing around people, just because like I don't want to make them uncomfortable. And in high school I didn't really feel that way as much. The one person I feel like I really am close to though and can like tell anything to is my boyfriend, who I've now been with for about 9 months, but it definitely feels longer than that to me. Also, I just think what I realized this semester is, at least in like some people's view, not all majors are like created equal, and like math and science is looked at as almost more respectable. And I mean, everybody knows that it's easier to get a career in math and science, which has given me a lot of anxiety about like what I'm gonna be able to do after college, especially because I feel like as someone who doesn't have necessarily the best social skills, and that I'm gonna suffer, because I feel like, at least I personally believe that networking might be like the most important piece of getting a job, even more so than like probably where you go to school or how well you do in school. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, especially not having a math and science background. I feel like people kind of take you less seriously when you aren't coming from a math and science background necessarily. But going into college, I definitely didn't know that some majors were like better than others. I just kind of always thought it was good to go to college. So that's just kind of something I've recently figured out enough to like work through for sure. And then I ended up having another really awful roommate experience. The roommate I started out with at the beginning of sophomore year, it went really well the first semester, and then the second semester, she kind of just started giving me the silent treatment, pretty similar to my first roommate at the beginning of freshman year. So then I ultimately moved into a single room like two weeks or so before the end of the semester. So I feel kind of like confused about that, because I don't really know what happened with her, to be honest. But I will be switching dorms, which I'm really, really excited about next semester, and I'm also gonna not have a roommate, which it's sad to me that I never had a roommate experience that worked out, but I also like, I'm not ever gonna take the risk of a random roommate again, just based on how like little luck I've had with that. Honestly, I wish I could just live in this apartment instead of living in the dorm. This is way nicer. I feel like the dorms kind of make me feel depressed because they're really dark, and at least for a lot of people at my school, they have like a ton of friends in the dorms. But after my roommate I just had stopped talking to me, then I literally knew nobody in my whole dorm. So I'm definitely excited to leave it, because the dorm building that I stayed in the first 2 years, like I have so many bad memories and bad associations with it that it just made me super uncomfortable, and I'm glad to be leaving it for sure. Other things that I'm doing, so I also got my first car on Monday, which is really, really exciting to me, because I had a car in high school and then my parents sold it without telling me, so I didn't have a car for a while, and now I can have a car on campus, which is going to be nice because I feel like I'm going to be able to go visit my really good friends at home more, and that's going to be really nice. The one sad thing about that, I'm still really close to my high school best friend, and I'm still really close to my high school cross country team, but two of my other like high school best friends and I aren't really that close anymore. And I tried to connect with both of them when I was back for a couple weeks just before getting to this apartment, and kind of seems like we've all just kind of grown apart. So at least freshman year of college, like I still had those people, and even though I didn't have anyone at college, I had so many people to come home to. I feel like now as I've gotten older, I've grown apart more from people at home, but I'm still not that close to people at school, so it's like a very like awkward like in between phase, to be honest. Also though, since I got a car, I signed up for a couple like trail races for running, and I'm really excited to do more races because there were no races for the whole time of coronavirus. So I'm doing a race here in Indiana in late July, and then when I go home in August, I'm gonna do a race that I've done before on August 1st. I also signed up for the Chicago Marathon back in the winter, and that's gonna be in October, so I definitely have to start training for that. My muscles get kind of sore, so I'm kind of nervous, but I did a 12-mile run yesterday, and on the weekend I usually just do 10, so I'm gonna up it from like 10 to 12 to 14, then try to bring it up to around 20 so that I can get ready to do that marathon because I'm excited about it. I've wanted to do a marathon since I was like 18 or whatever, and with coronavirus and other things, there's never really been a chance to. So I think I'm gonna try to get a good time, but also definitely, if it comes down to it, just run to finish. I did a 20-mile run on my 20th birthday, which that was definitely just running to finish. I was walking a lot by the end and stuff because the longest I'd gone before that I think is like 14 or so, 16 maybe once. But that was pretty hard. It was also really snowy though because my birthday is the day before New Year's Eve, so it was pretty insane, but I definitely had a lot of like fun doing that. That was a while ago now though, to be honest. Yeah, so just because I don't think anyone watches these videos anymore, I'm not really going to edit this, but like I said, I'm going to put in some footage of my new apartment like right here after this, just so I can look back on it personally, yeah.